Hello everyone, I'm Isaac Umbras, and welcome to tonight's stream of Enthusia Professional Racing. We get to drive the wonderful little tiny Toyota Ist, using a lot of the same running gear as the Toyota BB, otherwise known as the Scion XB in the States. The Toyota Ist, also known as the Scion XA in the United States, is a tiny little compact car, beautiful little car, super cute. I quite like it a lot. Let's see what options we have here. Ooh, that is a little bit spicy, but we could probably at least get fourth. We could probably get fourth here. It's a tight tentacle circuit. We could probably outmaneuver the Alphard. The two Alphas, I think, will run away with it, but we might be able to fight with the Hyundai Coupe. But it'll be an interesting battle nonetheless. So let's see what we got. We do get to start right on pole because we have the lowest chances of winning. But let's see. Alright, decent start, decent run up to the turn one. If we can get through turn one cleanly. Oh, okay, already getting a little bit RG and Borigi there. Welcome, Jaden. So apparently, to be canonically being an android, weighs over 300 pounds. Hey. Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. I mean, you know, that, yeah. Dude, imagine like the force those legs could exert, like just crush my head like a watermelon, please. Oh, right, he's trying to stream off down bad. That's fine. That is perfectly okay. But yes, robot girls, best girls. Oh damn, okay, the Alphas are already on the charge. Got an Alpha in front and an Alpha behind. They are both absolutely tearing past on the straights. I'm trying to carry as much speed as I can through the corners. Oh, they're going hyper defensive on the turn here. Why are you doing that? You have a higher cornering speed than we do. Just go, buddy. We want to get the last spot on the podium. These two Alphas, we are not going to be able to compete with those, but we can still punch well above our weight class and maybe finish a nice third place. Right now, fourth place is the very large Toyota Alphard, so we should be able to outmaneuver that at Tsukuba. Welcome, Bloodwolf. Hope things are well with you today. Right now, we are in the tiny little Toyota Ist at Tsukuba, trying to maintain a third position. The two Alfa Romeos in front of us are easily have double the amount of horsepower we have, and are much more sporty and maneuverable vehicles, whereas we are in a pretty pedestrian compact. Today is also the last day I am radioactive. Tomorrow I get to live normal life again. Hello, said I'm gonna miss GTM again. I know, you're missing two of the wet races. Like, damn. You just don't like the water. Nah, I'm kidding. Yeah, Owen's a tricky one. Owen is a very, very tricky one. I'm curious to see how the multi-class is gonna work there. I mean, if British GT can do it with GT4s and GT3s, and a much larger grid size, I think we should be alright doing multi-class there with GT4s and GT2s. I think we'll be alright. Welcome Ford Shelby GT. How are you doing today? Gotta stop. It's a bit late. Ah, it's alright. Don't have to worry about that. All goods. Just doing low 45s, high 44s in the wets. Yeah, that's pretty solid. I was doing like 47s, 48s in the GT4. So not too far off, but with Owen being a very traction limited track, I imagine the lap times between especially in the wets, the lap times between the GT2s and the GT4s actually are probably fairly close. There's not too many places where you get to really use the full power of the GT2s at Alton. But the GT4s is going to be a really good battle there. A lot of great battles in the smaller, less powerful cars. So it's I'm excited for that. I want to redeem myself and maybe end up beating Ruby, cause she granted she drove better, but if I hadn't gotten that drive-through last race due to track limits violations, I think I probably would have ended up winning that. But she put up a really good fight. She did a really good job with the battles. But yeah, GG to Ruby for winning that one. In the KTM, no less, as well. Like that is good stuff. Barcelona, on the other hand, I might be the fastest GT in the straight line. Yeah, definitely with that long straight. I will end up missing that week, both the TGT and the GTM races that week, because I will be away at the Watkins Glen race, IRL, the Watkins Glen 6 hours. I've been planning that trip for over a year at this point, so I wanna make sure I want to make sure I actually go to that, because I want to be able to watch some more IRL racing now. Like, it's been a while since I really done that because of like the COVID and everything, and just like, you know, all the crazy stuff that was going on, you know, in my life after that, you know, with the new jobs, getting a new house, getting married, all the crazy stuff that's happening post-COVID. So I never really got the time to really go out to like watch races, you know, not outside of like the local stuff, like the local dirt track and drag strip and everything. So now I want to make it a goal at least once a year, head out and watch like an actual IRL race. How could I quickly be home at the end of quali? I mean, you can still do a run from the back. That's not terrible. Enthusia, welcome Zune. Yes, we got Enthusia Professional Racing. We're in the little the little Toyota ist. This adorable little thing, only about 110 horsepower, something like that. Little inline 4 and a fairly pedestrian chassis as well. But we're managing to hold third place right now in this front wheel drive race. The two Alfa Romeos are long gone, but where we are beating the Honda Tiburon, the other Toyota ist, as well as the Alphard 5. So we're doing all right. The livery's at least something. Yeah, the livery looks really good. The white and blue. That is good stuff. I saw that in the Discord, the track Discord, and it looks very nice. Very bright and vibrant, whereas mine is like the exact opposite. Mine's like, you know, all dark and stealthy and everything. Just like Julian Metziner's as well. His is like pure like matte navy blue. So yeah. Yeah. Alright, qualifying ends tomorrow. That is perfectly fine. I already done my qualifying. Yeah, but that livery looks really good, man. Who'd you end up getting it? Who'd you end up get it work on that? GT3 is the matte black with the chrome blue. Yes. Mine is the chrome purple with the gloss blue accents. So absolutely beautiful. Oh, I'm hoping I do well at Zoder. That is the one I'm more nervous about than the GTM. Like GTM, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's, you know, It's gonna be a little bit tricky with the wet and the tight technical track and everything like that. Ben Brown. Okay. Ben Brown. I don't think I'm as familiar with his work. But we'll have to keep that in mind. I will definitely have to keep that in mind. Let's do a race on a Nordschleifer. Yeah. Nordschleifer is. Let's do this. See, it's weird. In other racing games, I enjoy driving the Nordschleife, but then like in the actual like Sims, I'm like, this track is scary. But then I can like run it fairly well in Enthusia or in Gran Turismo without any issues. And it's only, you know, the like the, you know, ACC or iRacing, whatever. I'm like, I'm not too sure I'll be that good here. But I'll try. Spoiler, if you and Ben swap for next season, I go to GT4 and then he'll GT2. Oh, nice. I don't know, I've had a lot of fun competing with Ben. I think he'll probably be right on my tail at Olton. As much as I enjoy Olton, I am a little bit down on pace there compared to the previous two tracks of Zolder and Suzuka. So it'll be an interesting run for sure. Big thing is I just gotta make sure I get my strategy down right. With it being a variable wet race, there's a potential for it to be dry to full flooded. So it's gonna be a very interesting challenge. You know, getting your strategy and tire pressures and everything set up. I'm hoping I get a rough idea going forward. I might do some more GT4 practice after this stream, just to you know, get a little bit more wet weather running under my tires, under my legs and everything. So Olton as well, the other issue is it's very bumpy, so it's very easy to lose grip if you're not careful, if you're like running just a slightly different line. Because Olton Park is a very bumpy track. And bumpy plus wet plus high-powered sports cars makes for a little bit of an interesting drive. But I still absolutely love the track. Not quite as much as I like Donington, but definitely a close second in terms of the British tracks in ACC. Yeah, I think it goes Donington, Olton, Silverstone, Brands, and then Snetterton. Just because Snetterton is much better in touring cars than in GT cars, and ACC is almost entirely GT cars. There's a 6-hour down. Ooh. If it wasn't already busy with some family stuff, as well as with the V-Track race, I may consider that. But my plate is already a little bit full. I'm already running 3, soon to be 4 series with a V2.4H. So yeah, my schedule is already just a bit on the full side. Oh, this thing actually sounds pretty decent when you have a little bit of the upgrades on it already. A little bit more aggressive, little tiny low displacement inline 4-cylinder. Does not have power though. It still does not have any power. The car is struggling above 60 miles an hour. And second place is right on our tail. The team's coming in clutch, providing through. Ooh. Nice. Good luck, man. Good luck on that. Alright, come on. Let's see if we can at least get a good draft on the station wagon. And you in the 243. The Ferrari, the 246. And then you got a Mercedes. No, Mercedes and 2 McLaren. Oh, number 243. Okay. So you and Ben in the Mercedes, and it has 2 McLarens as well. Alright, gotcha. That's good. Mercedes is a little bit rough on the fuel economy. But with Donington not having a whole lot of, you know, only acceleration zones and everything, a lot of partial throttle zones, you should have enough to last, you know, well over an hour on fuel to kind of keep your stints similar to the other cars. The setup is nice. Yeah, the Merc should do really well at Donington with all the bumps. That'll be the Merc's strong point, is being able to handle the rough terrain at Donington, as well as the acceleration out of the two hairpins would really allow you to battle, because those are the two main like battle spots at Donington, as well as going into the turn 1. So it'll be an interesting run for you. You will have at least the battle advantage, even if you're slowly down on lap time. That's also why I picked the Mercedes, as while I can run faster lap times in the Ferrari, it's much more difficult for me to battle with the Ferrari compared to the Mercedes. The Mercedes, I can really attack and defend with it. Whereas the Ferrari, I'm good for hot laps and good for endurance races and everything, where battles don't matter as much, and you can kind of like beat them on strategy and just, you know, tire management and staying out of, you know, all the chaos and all that stuff. The shorter sprint races, I like to have the power of the Merc, even if it is an understeery pig. It's my understeery pig. McLaren seems the fast. Oh gosh, one of them is in the 20s. Damn. Right now at Donington on an optimum track, I do like 28s, so not terrible, but definitely not 27s. 27s is just a little bit outside of my realm of capabilities. And in the McLaren as well, a car that should not be that great at Donington without, you know, additional BOP, removing some additional weight, just because the car itself does not like the curbs and bumps at Donington. That is impressive. That is very impressive. It's weird. I love McLaren's IRL, but in the Sims, like the ACC and iRacing and all that stuff, I'm not a big fan of driving the Macas. Whereas, like, IRL, I'm not a big fan of Mercedes. But, like, in the Sims, like, the Mercedes GT3s and GT4s just really vibe with me. It's just a little strange. But then again, I am also a little strange, so, you know. It makes sense. Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure we'll be able to hold on a second. Third right behind us is gonna have a really good run down the main straight, or down the back straight. But we can try. We got a good run out of the final corner before the straight. We're gonna cut left to stay on the defensive line. Is it really topping out at 114? Getting a little bit of power. IRL up to the Lambo. Yeah, the Lambo is absolutely beautiful IRL, and I can vibe with it, but it's not my favorite. But I can vibe with it. I can run, you know, endurance races and everything with it without too much issue. Damn, that Civic blew by us like we were standing still. But yeah, in ACC, it is a very tricky car to drive because it's got that crazy amount of lift off the oversteer, and the booty wants to come around lost second place right at the very end just due to sheer power deficit. Ripperoni and cheese. Still not terrible. A third place finish. That's a second podium in a row. I will happily take that. Managed to beat the Citroen, the Lotus, and the what the other car was. But we beat it. Nice. Give me some grippy boys. This thing levels up really quickly. Just happy to see the man for the AMG era again. Yeah, that looks really nice too. Like I do enjoy the AMG GT3 even IRL. It sounds it sounds very, very nice. But in the same token, like I still love the you know, some of the turbo cars and everything. But you know, it's not bad. Alright. This will be a bit of a lower points paying race, but we should still do well here. Let's see. This track, absolutely love this track as well. The fall leaves, the flowing fast corners, the tunnel section as well. It just feels really, really good to drive. Absolutely ecstatic about Bakayama versus. So what is that? I'm not as familiar with the anime manga side of things on the cultural zeitgeist. So what all is that about? AMG Evo. Yeah, it is a big car, but it is a beautiful car as well. I like it. But it's what, I'm not a big fan of like the Mercedes like road going cars. I'm like, oh yeah, it's Mercedes, whatever. Like outside of the AMG, like there's not much in Mercedes lineup that really gets me excited. Whereas like almost the entire McLaren or Lamborghini lineup is like, yes, this is beautiful. This is great. Both are fighting anime. Oh, so it's like a crossover then. Okay, cool. That is awesome. So I wonder how like they'll, you know, depending on how close the fights are and everything like that and fighting style, I wonder how they'll be able to, you know, kind of make it work with that crossover and the different things, you know, the different things the characters can and can't canonically do. It'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting. No, Alfa Romeo. You stay behind. People would have been dating between people who win between Oma and Baki Cicero. Whoa! Alright, little bit of a twitch going into that corner. So I got 80 grand. So you can buy Mercedes S-Class and already a 6 of the M4. For me, I'd go with the M4. If you know, everything was all paid for and all that stuff. I don't know. It's the M4 is probably my go-to. Mercedes, like the Mercedes road cars, just seem, you know, fairly subdued. Like yeah, they're luxurious and everything, but like I don't know. They don't really hit that chord with me. Welcome, Salad Gaming. I hope you're well. Right now we're racing through the fall Japanese woodlands in a tiny little Toyota Is. It's got also had to actually give us something to settle the debate. Yeah, but then you'll be like, oh, but this is creative provincialism. Of course this author would have this character win and all that stuff. Even when you have official sources, everyone's gonna fanboy and fangirl over their favorites. Welcome, Red Phoenix. Hope you're well. Then that gave us some BS with the fight ending in a double knockout. Honestly, that would be hilarious. Oh gosh, understeer, front-wheel drive, Econo box, on Econo box tires. Not exactly the best vehicle in terms of handling and trying to hold back an Alfa Romeo, but we managed to make it work. Also Edge in the head in the 90s and 2000s. A little bit, yeah. They don't really make as many like the two-door sports cars and all that stuff, like the SLs and all of that. Which I'm a little bit sad, because the SL65 is an absolutely beautiful machine. And I would love to have one, even a non-black series. I would love to have an SL65 IRL. Like, that is a beautiful beast of a vehicle. And yeah. That is a very nice. And even like the early 2010s, you had the SLS as well. And the ending of like the SLR, you know, the Sterling Moss editions and the 722 editions and all those at the end of the life of the SLR. So like they had some good stuff. Yeah, I know our ranking decreased just a little bit. Alright. Almost up to level 10 in this thing. Never get to actually drive a real car. But it's fun trying to be competitive in a Econo box against much faster opponents. You're just absolutely struggling, just trying to carry as much speed, as much momentum through the corners in a car that makes less horsepower than the one you own IRL. And you're just like, oh, please let us get through it. Let us get through the corner. Let's, you know, maintain speed. Let's minimize grip loss. But now this has a few upgrades. This isn't too bad. This should have the level 2 power upgrade. And you can definitely hear a little bit more aggressive exhaust. But it's still no match for a Shelby Cobra and an ASL Garaya. Unless we can go full defensive and just carry the momentum through the corners. Favorite Mercedes is the C-Class Black Edition from 2012. That is that is a nice one. My favorite overall Mercedes has probably... That's a tough one. That is a very tough one. I would probably go either the SL65 AMG, just because that car, one, is peak nostalgia for me, and two, it's just a timeless design, or the SLR Sterling Moss, if we're going a little bit more luxurious. The A-Class AMG as well is kind of a scrappy little hot hatch that gets forgotten about. That one I wouldn't mind as well. That one is pretty awesome. So that one I'd vibe with as well. Cause I love hot hatches. You get the sportiness and practicality. You get track toy that's fun for the whole family. Sabaki, 213 weight, height 5'6". Oh dang, he's a short stack. And they got Oma, 187. All right, lean fella. Height 6 foot. Okay, so yeah, you got the speed versus power basically. It's how long can you dodge and evade, and constantly, you know, get in there and everything, and land, you know, the hits to keep your opponent dazed and confused. Versus can the powerhouse get one or two lucky punches in to break their rhythm and then just break them afterwards. Basically, it'll come down to how many hits can the lightweight get in before the heavyweight gets a really solid hit. If he can stay on his toes, the lightweight should be able to tire out the heavyweight if he can get some really good clean hits in. But if the heavyweight gets a 1 or 2 good lucky punches, the lightweight's gonna, the lighter of the two may crumble. Be an interesting fight. Almost Muhammad Ali versus Tyson situation. True. I guess then would Ona be able to dope a rope then? You know, kind of hang on the ropes and let the powerhouse tire themselves out and just kind of almost tank it, or you know, do just like the slight dodges where you know it hits less important parts of your body. I'd probably still root for the lightweight though, but they have their work cut out for them in terms of you know, getting as many good hits in as possible or doping the rope as long as possible in order to then get the heavyweight when they're now tired out. That's the one thing though. Although Baki is short, it's got every mainstream martial arts. Interesting. So that's gonna be an interesting matchup then. I'm excited to see what happens. I think Baki underneath them and basically stops his reach advantage. Baki do. Oh, true. Yeah, if Baki can get in close, then that's gonna be an interesting fight. It'll literally come down to tactics then. Getting into sprint event for TV touch reject. Also, welcome Robert. Hope you're doing well today. We're getting grief about replacing a Dodge Sprinter with a Mercedes. Bruh. They are literally the oh my gosh. Yeah, they are literally the same vehicle. It's literally a badge engineered vehicle. It was during the when Daimler and Chrysler were merged together, and it's still, you know, underlying components that they still share even to this day. The Ram and the Mercedes, or the Ram wagon and the Sprinter wagon, still share. So that's, oh gosh. Don't worry, it's not an S-Class. It doesn't have the luxury leather seats and everything. It's the Mercedes workhorse truck. But we don't really get as many of those in the States compared to in Europe, so people think Mercedes and immediately think only luxury. Need 36 kilograms of muscle to reach Baki levels. Yeah, you gotta do it though on that raw egg diet, pure lifts and squats. Nah, honestly, I'm happy being a lightweight, being on the leaner, agile side, because that lets me do all the track stuff, all the running and everything. Yeah, being tall definitely has its advantage. It's basically how well is Ono going to be, you know, avoiding and evading and staying just outside of reach. It'll be tough. It'll be an interesting battle for sure. Oh, the limit break move. You'll probably see that done, but it'd probably be like as a last resort type of thing to like really maybe like, you know, even up the fight or what have you. I don't know. It's anime. It'll be whoever the writers want to win. It'll be whoever the writers want to win. That'll be who wins. Ooh, what track should we race on now? Let's do the Pacific Challenge. Let's go race in San Francisco. Unless there's a fight between Ujiro and... I'm not as familiar with those two. What is the rundown with those two? Like, what are their advantages and everything? Hello, welcome, Mr. Midnight. Hope all is well with you. Right now, we're in the streets of totally not San Francisco, in the little Toyota Ist, nearly fully upgraded, as we are battling much faster opponents. Oh, and the uphill is absolutely killing us. We can't even get past highway speed. I'm only 5'8". Hey, same. But I'm 176 pounds, so we got the size. Yeah, I'm same weight, but about 30 pounds, 30 or 40 pounds less, somewhere in that range. So you know, little bit on the lighter side. But I got that mobility. I got the agility and fragility. Watching NBA Final Game 1, it's halftime. Ooh, nice. So it's coming down to this. Who's leading? Who's losing? So both Ujiro and Feng are seen as the best fighters in the universe. Feng is known to win his opponents better than them and adapt to become the better fighter in a match. Ujiro, in his word, is the world's strongest creature. Oh, jeez. So basically, skill versus power. Okay, interesting. So it's up. Damn. Okay, that is a pretty big gap then. Wonder if they'll be able to close it. Alright, a little bit of a track cut. I say you cut the course! Gotta slow down and give it the time gained! Oh, the poor horse. I've been watching my summer car today. Just waiting for the vanilla. Is it really worth the discount though? Like, if you've done a lot of work already, like that's gonna be a big fine. So I know in-game your fines are based off of your earned income. So if you've done a lot of like legal work, like the fireword and like, you know, the septic tank removal job and all that stuff, then you're gonna be hurting for the fine. I know Flattari is expensive as hell. Most of my laters and my legs also run a second like. Ah, nice. You could probably do more like the MMA Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu type of stuff. Where getting low and using that core and leg power really matters a lot more than pure fisticuffs. So they both also have like a lot of like skill as well, so that'd be interesting. It'll probably be the adaptability then that wins out. Just because if you can try something new that the opponent isn't ready for, if they can't adapt to that, then they are out of luck. I haven't gone to jail yet, and Mike say so I won't pay the fine. Is it worth the jail time though? Because you lose so much time just sitting in jail or just trying to get your fatigue up and everything to waste away the days. The fine's what, like a three day jail? I think. So that is a lot of time lost. Unless it's over the weekend, which you can't do much anyway, but still. I've never seen jail as worth it in my summer car. But I don't know. Alright, a few off courses, but we should have quite a lot of yeah, quite a lot of distance there, plus a victory bonus. Nice. Alright, our car is max level. Very nice. Dude, stop an earthquake by punching the ground. Alright, yeah, that is superhuman levels of strength. Alright, what options do we have for the sedans? Got the Nissan Stage A, the station wagon with the heart of a skyline. Ooh, the C32 AMG, very nice. The Cordio R, the beautiful Type R Accord. Also sold as the Acura TLX, I think it was in the States. I'm not as familiar with my Acura models. They're all 3-letter acronyms and everything. We got the Saab. Oh, a less powerful Legacy wagon, but still nice. And then the more powerful Legacy. Yes. All right, let's pull up. Let's pull up the random number generator. Let us pull up the random number generator and see. All right. So if it's a 1, it's the Stage A. If it's a 6, it's the Legacy. Let's see what it is. It is a 2. All right, all right, all right. So that is the Mercedes. Speaking of Mercedes vehicles, the C32 AMG. I wouldn't mind one of these. You get supercharging. You get great color choices, Mercedes. You get it in boring gray, boring black, or boring white. Let's go black. Never go back. You also crush a piece of coal in a dime. Okay, he's got like that shonen protagonist levels of strength. Then that's kind of silly. Good thing about Mercedes. Keep going back to the. Oh yeah, the 300 SL going. Those things are absolutely beautiful as well. The big thing with that one though is like owning it. I would be legit scared to drive it around because someone would inevitably like hit it or whatever. Just use an upgraded pulley to get the yes. Give me that supercharger whine. A little bit more toe out on the rear. We're Germans. We don't do the fancy colors. We need the boring colors to match our architecture. Bruh. Come on, you can't include some level of color? Like RS6 gray, Legacy in gray blue, black gray. Oh, I bet these are all early 2000s cars as well, so they have like no color as well. What do you have to say, Ford Shelby GT? What is it you have to share with the class? You know, it's forgiven a little bit because that engine does sound nice. Alright. It's gonna be chaos going into the chicane. Oh, alright, got sent wide. Little dicey there, but we made it sick. It's not boring, it's efficient. Yeah, if they made servicing German cars efficient. Audi with the backwards timing chain. I've still not gone over the one time I've had to do that. Nope, no, never more, never more. And worse, or even worse, they have the plastic timing chain components. Yeah, I remember that. That was a fun experience. Did you test drive Unlimited Solarcon? Got a demo claim. I did. I saw a little bit of that. One of my VTuber buddies, Leon, actually is a play tester for it. So I was in his stream earlier today. I got to see a little bit of that. It looks pretty good. But I'm not too sure how I feel about the vehicle handling. The cars seem like awkwardly half slidey, but not quite slidey. It seems very weird. Like all the cars are always on off-road or on wet tarmac. So I'm not sure how to feel about that. Oh, absolute send. I remember the reason the silver arrows were silver is because they shipped them paint off the bare aluminum. True. And also because Germany, their car colors, because back before the era of sponsorships in Formula One and Grand Prix racing, different countries had different, like, national colors. Like, Italy was red, France was blue, Britain was green, which is why so many Italian cars nowadays are red, why you have French racing blue and British racing green. But Germany, their cars, before the silver arrows, German's national color was white. Which, historically didn't age well, but, you know, it is what it is. But after the advent of the silver arrows, nowadays when you think of German race cars, you think of, silver. You know, even the Audis, you know, the Audi Union cars were silver as well during the 30s era of Grand Prix racing, as well as, you know, the Audi LMPs and all that stuff. So it went from the German white to German silver. Yes, they did use a Wonka rotary in the C111. Unfortunately, that one is a concept-only car. To my knowledge, it never entered production. But there is still a few examples that do exist and are in private collections. Yeah, and then the US, US was navy blue or dark blue with white stripe were the two options for US Grand Prix racing cars. Ooh. A little bit spicy there over the bump. But yeah, if I want any color besides black, gray, or white, the new 911. See, that's the annoying thing, is like, you already have a world full of like boring cars. If you're gonna be paying for a high-end performance vehicle, like, if I'm gonna be getting a beautiful high-end performance car, I'm gonna make sure people know it is a high-end performance car. I'm gonna get it in the very flashy, very beautiful colors. You know, my reds, my deep greens, my bright, you know, French Riviera blues and all that stuff. If I get a performance car, I am not just gonna keep it, you know, white, gray, or black. Like, I want something nice. Oh, old man Enzo got so mad he ran in American colors the last one of the F1 season. Wait, I don't remember that piece of automotive history. I may have to get back to that and read up on that. I know the North American racing team, the NART Ferrari team, also ran all different colors as well. And there was a time when Ferrari utilized yellow a lot in their color scheme. I'm not too sure. Tested on an auto ring in Italy. Wish you wouldn't have. Yeah, it was really close to production, but unfortunately, you know, it was during, you know, the end of the 70s, entrance to the 80s, right when, you know, it was a little bit, you know, things were a little bit shaky for Germany as well. But yeah. It's a shame because it would have been a beautiful vehicle, but I mean, there is so many concept cars that, you know, woulda, coulda, shoulda been produced. Everything from the Buick Y job in the 40s and 50s to, you know, the Ford Indigo or Ford GT90 concept in the 90s and aughts. But yeah. I never write classic national colors. Where's the Holy Roman Empire racing yellow? Oh gosh. But yeah, it wasn't until I think like the late 60s when Lotus began getting the big tobacco sponsorships, when a lot of F1 teams ditched the colors, the national colors, and went with the sponsorships instead, because Lotus went from having British Racing Green with either the yellow or the gold stripe cars to having the red and gold when they were sponsored by Gold Leaf Tobacco, and then they swapped to the black and gold of the John Player Special, another tobacco company during the 80s as well. So that changed things up. Ferrari managed to get lucky. Weren't the Spanish colors yellow? I think so. Either Spanish or Portuguese were yellow. I'm trying to remember the exact. Let me pull that up actually. Alright, so Germany was white or silver, France was blue, United Kingdom was green, Italy was red, Japan was white with red stripe or red circle. United States was either white with blue lengthwise stripe or blue with white lengthwise stripes. And then Austria was blue, Argentina was blue with a yellow, Australia was green and gold, Belgium was yellow, Brazil was banana yellow, Algeria was green with white stripe, Cuba yellow with black stripe, Canada red with white stripe, Switzerland red with also white stripe. That's gotta be confusing. Czech was red with alternating blue. Sorry, Czech was white with alternating red and blue stripe. Spain, red with yellow stripe. And where is Portugal? Portugal was red with white stripe, or red with white underframe, were the two options. The national color is still the same for like 500 years. Phased. The Ritter engine is a very cool idea, but it's one of those things where it needs to basically be at like constant high RPM in order to really, you know, make the most of it and everything. So it's used nowadays in the Mazda 2 hybrid as a range extender. You know, basically as a small single rotor electric generator. And that's kind of cool, but still sad that it's not being used to actually, like, you know, in part of the drivetrain. But it is what it is. Damn, Bugatti on the grass! National color is orange, but flag doesn't have any orange. Used to have orange. That's interesting that the national color doesn't have, you don't have that in your flag at all. But then again, I mean, like Brazil, for their national flag color, it was like the inside of a banana yellow. Like literally, it was the list called it like light yellow, which is an interesting color to have on a racing car. Because I imagine that, like, if you weren't watching it on like color TV, like it would be very easy to confuse a Brazilian car for like either a German or a Japanese car. I mean, honestly, a lot of those colors would be easily confused on black and white TV. Like the dark greens, the dark blues, those would probably be perceived as very silver. I know what's so great about Switzerland, but the flag is a big... Oh, gosh. Why? Why? The puns. The puns. Alright. Whoa! Alright, rear got a little bit squirrely there. We got a much lighter weight TVR behind us. But thankfully we have a lot more power. Actually, we got about the same amount of power, but we have all the electronics and driver aids keeping us from spinning the rears. Row house is called the Van Orange, or the Van Orange, or of Orange. That's a big reason. Okay. Interesting. He created the orange kit. Jeez, it's just poor. And then when Max Verstappen wins at his home race, the entire sky turns orange. Like Italy has all the Vatican City has all the different colors of smoke to announce and like different things regarding the Pope. But the Zandvoort F1 track, it only has orange smoke, and it means Max Verstappen has won again. Like, is it LA smog, or is it a race at Zandvoort? Call it, Western man. One state to go from Switzerland, but once you get to home, no. No. Too many dad jokes. Too many dad jokes. Oh, that TVR has got my inside. Oh, they got the momentum. All right. Oh, they're braking early as well. They're really defending. We gotta hold her on the outside. Gotta be careful on the outside curb as well, though. It's gonna be real slick in the wet. Dang, okay. Ooh, hi there. Moving under braking much? There we go. Run you out just a little bit wide. Completely block off your momentum. Missed the braking point by about 30 meters. Oh, I was gonna break loose if Colors, Science, Oscar Piastri wins at Zandvoort. Oh, or Perez. Can you imagine the hell if Max's teammate beats him at his home race? Like, damn, I know Perez is more of a driver that's better on street circuits compared to the actual traditional tracks. But, if Perez manages to beat Max at Zandvoort, oh no. All hell is gonna break loose then. It'd be almost as bad as when the times Vettel beats Mark Webber in Australia. Like, oh, the crowd would be absolutely toxic. Pace turbo switch up. A little bit, yeah. Other teams are also rapidly catching up, so it'll be interesting to see. It's gonna be interesting to see next season, especially with Adrian Newey leaving Red Bull at the end of this season. It'll be interesting to see what the other teams are able to do. Sergio's contract is getting extended, which leaves me wondering where. Yeah, I hope Sainz gets a good ride. Sainz is a very, very fast driver. He just needs to work on his consistency a bit, but he is a very, very good driver. It'd be a shame to see him without a seat. Like, if he goes to Mercedes, that'd be really cool. If he goes to the French tractor company. I mean, that's what happens when the government has a decent chunk of your company. Like, damn. If you told Renault in the mid 2000s and you showed them the performance of the Alpines and the Renaults of like both the 2017 season as well as the 2024 season, Oh my word. They would they'd wonder if a nuke went off at their facility or something. Scion's going to Alpine. Pain Becca. I mean, what if Scions and Nui go to Alpine? You get a French constructor on the top row again. Kind of this awesome asset design flaw at the Red Bull. Makes sense. The Nui aero designs are very hit and miss. Like they're aerodynamically brilliant, but like if you watched like the history of Formula 1 as well, like the McLaren designs, the Nui McLaren designs of like the mid 2000s, like they had a lot of issues as well, especially with cooling the V10s and the V8s and everything. Hitting people beg for the Turbo Master car. Like the game's about realism. I don't know, it'd be cool to have at least a few more modifications available. You know, at least getting like some upgraded cylinder heads or something. But it is what it is. Or at the very least, allow us to get rid of all the rust on the suspension. You know, replace that all with new parts. That'd be nice. Venom can turn the French track this performance around its airbender. Maybe. I mean, it's still they still have the French engines. Ever since they got away from the V8s, Renault has not been able to make a really good engine. They have struggled in the hybrid eras. Yeah, like, you know, being able to get like some other upgrades, like especially like, you know, brakes, like some brake upgrades, or even just an improved clutch. Like that would be super good. The F2005 Renault wasn't the best one. I mean, it also had the better tires, because it was during a time when the Formula 1 was going through the tire war as well. You had Ferrari, Jordan, and one other team on the Bridgestones, and then every other team on the Michelin tires in the 2005 season. And those Michelin tires, with the exception of Indianapolis, where they completely died due to the diamond cut surface there, which was super abrasive. It's the Michelin tires were just top notch. Insane's got Audi. I mean, his dad, Carlos Sainz Sr. is currently under contract for Audi for the Dakar races and all of that stuff. But I'm not sure if the Audi Sauber contract has gone through or not. Ooh, that is a dive and a half there, Mr. NSX. And especially with Andretti in the mix as well. I'm not sure who's going to end up owning Sauber. But it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Does Bridgestone still exist? Oh yeah. Because one of their sub-companies, Firestone, still supplies tires for IndyCar. Bridgestone still exists. But you see more of their sub-company Firestone in Motorsports than direct with Bridgestone in Motorsports. Most of the Bridgestone in Motorsports is still in like the Japanese racing series like Super Formula and Super GT. But yeah, I'm hoping Science gets a good offer. Remember Indianapolis 195 Christmas Spade and Evan Austin? Yep, that was 2005. That was due to the tire war. The Bridgestone shod cars, the Ferraris, the Jordans, and I forget the third team. The third team, it had a black paint scheme or a dark blue paint scheme. They were like back market team. I literally can't remember I literally can't remember what the team name was off the top of my head. But it was 6 cars on the grid, because everyone else was on the Michelins. And what had happened, was it Minority? It may have been Minority. Maybe Andrea? I don't know. It was one of the back market teams of the mid-2000s. But yeah, I know the other two teams were Ferrari and Jordan, because I remember the bright yellow cars. And I remember the third place driver, it was being his only podium of the season. And him going absolutely wild on the podium because of that, which was kind of comical, but like, I feel for the guy, I understand. You know, when you're in a fading Team Jordan car that's struggling with regulation changes and everything. I think, okay, so it may have been Minority then. Yeah, okay, so Ferrari, Jordan, and Minority. It was whoever else was on the Bridgestone tires. But what had happened was, see, Bridgestone owns Firestone, and Firestone, even back then, supplied tires for IndyCar, which had done a whole lot of testing at the new repaved and resurfaced Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So Bridgestone knew to bring a harder compound tire, whereas Michelin, the other tire supplier in Formula One and the one that had the better tires that season in almost every other track, did not have that testing. So, because of that, they had a higher weight of wear and resulted in punctures and tire failure at the 2005 race. And the thing that made it even trickier as well is that year they had the rule where drivers could not change tires. You had one set that had to last you an entire race, which honestly was probably one of the dumbest rules anyone has ever created and actually followed through with in the history of Formula One, because that is very, very unsafe for the drivers, as evidenced with Kimi Räikkönen's car completely losing the front suspension on the last lap of the German or European Grand Prix, I forget which, but at Nürburgring that same season, because he flat spotted early, and the vibration caused the suspension to literally blow apart. And he crashed into the barrier turn 1 under braking at Nürburgring, which is a very heavy braking zone after a fairly long straight. So, you know, they should have gotten rid of the rule there, but they didn't. And that literally created one of the largest farces in American Formula One history, and the reason why it took until like 2014, 2015 for Americans to start being interested in Formula One again. Because watching only 6 people race, because of a bad rule and poor preparation by one of the tire suppliers, Michelin ain't getting off that easily. Pretty much killed Formula One in the States, and killed interest in Formula One in the States for a very long time. Yeah, no, the Ralf Schumacher crash, I think he was in the Toyota, right? I'm trying to remember what team Ralf Schumacher was driving for. But yeah, like, that was a very scary accident, and that could have been, like, so much worse in an actual race. Ironically, nowadays, the Grade 1 Indy road circuit doesn't even use that turn anymore. They use a bypass road, a right, left, right, long-form S-curve to get past the bank turn. So now the only part of the oval you're actually racing on is the main straight, and the rest is just different parts of the infield. Oh no, you do have a second straight as well, late in the lap, but even still, like, you're almost entirely up the turn. That would be NASCAR Turn 1. Because, in most oval races, they run them counterclockwise. But Formula One for the road course, and now Indianapolis in general for the road course, they run it clockwise. So the start-finish straight is backwards for the road course versus the oval. So it'd be oval turn 1, but it would have been, I believe, turn 7 for the old road course. And it is yeah. Honestly, I'd love to see Formula One back at Indianapolis. Like, between Indianapolis and Miami, like, it'd be cool to get Indianapolis on this calendar as opposed to Miami. That way, then we'd have one kind of old school circuit that's, a roval as well, that makes it very unique. Where you already have like a massive stadium section that can host, 400,000 people and everything. You have, a Tokadrome, very large, very high speed track that is Coda. And then you get your flashy, fancy street circuit with all, the amenities and partying and all that stuff at Las Vegas. That would have been really, really cool. F1 in Sebring. That'd be cool, but Sebring is not a grade 1 circuit. It does not have the facilities, amenities, or close enough location to a hospital that can host brain surgery. I think it's got to be like a 30-minute flight or a 30-minute ambulance ride, whichever one is quicker. And Sebring is kind of in the middle of nowhere. Beautiful track, but definitely in the middle of BFE, shall we say? So even if Sebring was like repaved and everything, and you added amenities nearby, that alone just would not work with it, unfortunately. Happy to get a podium for any team that don't have enough champagne. Oh, for real. Like, at that point, I just be happy. I'm like, all right. Especially because like all of those points mattered quite a bit for like the back marker and midfield teams. So I'm trying to remember when exactly they went from top 6 to the top 10 scoring points. So being able to score podium level points, no matter how weird the circumstances, plays big into the overall championship contention, and also how much prize money you get at the end of the season. So like even as a team owner, I'd be very happy with that. I'm like, all right, cool. It's 2010 where they made it top 10. Okay, awesome. Yeah, unlike NASCAR or other like touring car series, it's only the top 10 drivers that score points in Formula One. Which is a double-edged sword, because on one hand, it prevents people from just kind of putting around and being like, alright, I scored points. And it makes that battle for 10th, a life or death battle, because it's basically all or nothing on the grand scheme of championship contention. But on the other hand, it means that a fight for 13th doesn't matter. Not really, anyway. Like, a little bit, kind of, on, like, in terms of championship points and everything. But, like, it doesn't matter all that much. So then, like, the back market teams, it doesn't matter as much if, you finish, you DNF the car or, all that stuff. It's kind of silly. And if you're a team that's like, like the 6th best on the grid, and you're constantly finishing like, 11th or 12th, yeah, it's great. You're beating a whole bunch of drivers, but you're still not getting any points. Used to be top 6 in the 90s and change to top 8, and now that's what, top 10. Yeah, okay. But still, like, it was even a smaller slot of like drivers that could score points for their teams. Compared to nowadays. So being able to score any points possible was like, a big ask for even like the midfield teams. So that was cool stuff. Alright, I gotta brake a little bit earlier. So I'm using that 100-meter board as my reference marker. Need to brake just a little bit earlier. The Mercedes is a chunky boy. It is heavy. You can see the body roll as it's going around the corners. I may have to try to stiffen up the suspension just a little bit. That would destroy some of the mechanical grip in exchange for a bit more maneuverability. Off the bed, didn't realize how late it is. Alright, you have a great night, Bloodwolf. Hopefully you have a great night. And best of luck in, if you're doing the TGT race this Saturday, best of luck in that. Zolder's a tricky one. Can't believe F1 used to race at Zolder. Like, it is such a tight course. It is very narrow. And all the heavy braking zones as well. It's 460. Alright, you were very, very far ahead. Alright, yeah, you have a great morning then. Hello, Edlev. Hope you're doing well today. Never seen this game? Yeah, this is a bit of more of an obscure one. This is Enthusia Professional Racing. It is a simcade very similar to Gran Turismo that was released by Konami. Yes, that Konami in 2005, I believe. Oh gosh, the understeer. And it is it's very, very nice. I quite like it. And one time Leclerc let this mic one during a race. You sound like the guy in the car lobby that's hot micing. Oh no! Did he hear? Did the driver? Did the race engineer? Did he hear the smoke alarm beep that you usually hear when someone's hot micing? Reminder: change your smoke alarm batteries, people. So no, this is a PS2 only game. And it is a currently being run off of a disc drive on an emulator, because I do own the physical copy of the disc. And I am up against some AI opponents. They are in much faster cars than us, but we have the indomitable human spirit on our side. Central just told him his mic was when a clerk clapped. Apologized. That's funny though. He's just like, oh, alright, Leclerc's on his radio. Come again, we can't hear that. Oh, sorry, I just had my radio keyed up. Oh man, the Tommy Kyra in front of us, a much lighter weight vehicle, but much lower power as well. We should be able to get it on the straights. So we got the supercharged 3-liter engine in this thing, a 3.2-liter engine, whereas the Tommy Kyra's got a sub 2-liter inline 4. But that Tommy Kyra also weighs pretty much about as much as a feather. Leclerc's engineer this year is actually really good. From via checking to don't worry, we already know. Here's what we need to do. Yeah, Ferrari's really upped their game in the recent months. I am hyped as a Ferrari fan. I am hyped to see them hopefully do well. Yeah, this track is one of my favorites in the game. Autumn Mountain, the fall leaves, the Japanese architecture. The fast and flowing corners. It's a really, really enjoyable drive. Like most of the fictional tracks in this game are really, really fun to drive on. And for a 2005 game, like the game looks pretty solid. Like the car models are really well detailed. You know, the scenery is absolutely amazing. It's gonna be an interesting one. We could do Route de la Seine, but it's French. Let's race on a different track real quick that we haven't done in a while. Yeah, let's race on Marco Strada. Just you know, get the show them the Venice track. I feel bad for Isaac's neighbors to the Monaco Grand Prix. I mean, yeah. Have fun. It's oh. All right. Well, I hope you have a great morning, Edlev. Jeez, it is very early in the morning. But yeah, no, I have to make sure I am very quiet when watching Formula 1 races, especially the ones that are, you know, in Europe and everything, because I don't want to wake up the missus or my neighbors. I do live in a townhouse, so connected walls. Apparently very well insulated walls though, but still connected walls. But yeah. MotoGP at Monaco? No. Look, as much as I love MotoGP, that is going to be very dangerous for the riders. Absolutely zero runoff. If they hit a wall, they are done. You need massive amounts of runoff for a MotoGP course. Tell me this is an early PS3 game, I would have believed you. Yeah, honestly, this and Gran Turismo 4 were probably the two games that graphically really look like they could pass off as PS3 games, or at the very least, like demo games that could have been done for the PS3 as like demos. MotoGP in Las Vegas. Again, absolutely zero runoff there. That is a death sentence waiting to happen. Like, you already have over 2 deaths a year for the Isle of Man, and that's mostly like country roads and everything. Trying to race on a city circuit is going to be chaos. It's a low speed course and bikes nimble enough to make it around the choice of these. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of the Isle of Man just because of how many people end up like dying there each year. Like it's really cool seeing the ones that make it and everything, but like it is just very unsafe. And also, while yes, Monaco is mostly a slow speed course, bikes, due to the fact that they are much lighter, have a much better acceleration. So coming out of Saint Devote into the high-speed left-hand corner, as well as the tunnel section into the Novo chicane, are going to potentially cause massive accidents. Like, the bikes will be going probably faster or as fast as an F1 car down those straights. I don't... The last thing I need is a MotoGP driver, you know, seeing in the news another a MotoGP driver has, you know, become paralyzed or worse because of an accident at Monaco. Yeah, like Isle of Man is basically like it has a worse fatality rate than F1 in the 70s. When the tracks couldn't keep up with the new, you know, downforce and aero cars. And the cornering speeds were getting faster and the lap times were dropping like flies, and you were going on the slicks as well and more powerful engines. And the safety features were like, we added an extra row of hay bales. Like, that is still safer than Isle of Man. Like, nah. I'm sorry. I love the excitement of motorsport, but seeing people nearly die is not exciting for me. I'm not gonna outright say Isle of Man should be banned or whatever, but I don't like watching it. It is and I quite enjoy motorcycle racing. Like I've been to quite a few Moto America races in the past years and everything, because it's fun seeing the close battles, and honestly, dollar per dollar, you get some really, really good racing. But yeah. F1 Spa Francorchamps 1966 was one big pile of... Wasn't the one where Jim Clark went by someone, or by someone's car, and it was like embedded in a tree, or like upside down or something like that, and the wheels were still rolling on it? Yeah, but that was why like they eventually moved to Zolder, because drivers literally boycotted Spa until they made it safer. I was a kid about Half-Life 2 graphics fixing made me crazy for the 2004 game. I mean, to be fair, Half-Life 2 is absolutely crazy, even like, you know, by modern game standards. It is a very cool game. You know, the physics-based combat, you know, the various level designs, the character writing, like, for a 2004 game, it is very, very nice. Like, yeah, it looks like it could be, you know, I'm not entirely sure a PS3 game, but like, it definitely, you know, punches well above its weight. There we go. Use all of the track on exit, little bit of curbing as well. There we go, here we go. Little graze of the brakes. It was running hard. It was, oh yeah. That was when they increased the displacement as well. They went from the 1.5 liter formula to the 3 liter formula, right? If memory serves me correctly. Because sports cars are getting faster, and we're running the risk of running faster lap times than the F1 cars. So they were like, all right, double the displacement. I think that was what happened. Something around that lines. Yeah, 1.5 liters to 3 liters. Basically just double the displacement. It was also when you had or really close to when you had the DFV engines as well, right around that time period, or maybe just a few years later. My memory ain't memorying right now, but I think it was like the mid-late 60s that the DFV came around. And those engines were absolute lightweight powerhouses. They had some crazy power-to-weight ratio. Ford and Cosworth did a really, really good job with those engines. Ironically, because Ferrari managed to anger both, you know, Ford and also Colin Chapman, who had a close ties with Cosworth, because the two gentlemen who started Cosworth used to run and used to be engineers at Lotus. So they created their own company, and Lotus was like, hey, well, you used to work for us. You wanna let us buy stuff from you? And they were like, okay, yeah, sure. It's funny, as a change of such short notice that other teams are like, now you change it? Yeah, they probably should have been like, all right, at the end of this season, next season, we'll go into the 3 liter formula. That way teams at least have time to prepare. But they were like, all right, 3 weeks before the start of the season, all right, we're going from 1.5 to 3 liters. Have fun. Good luck, everyone. Why is everyone's engines breaking? It's not like they were created in a rush to get more displacement. Oh, well, we have drop rounds at least, so, you know, it makes sense. That being said, if you've ever watched those old 1.5 liter F1 cars, the sound they make, the little 1.5 liter screamers, those things, if you watch like some like the historic racing, those things sound evil. They're like ear-splittingly loud because they're just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful little screamers. Absolutely, absolutely love the sound those older F1 cars make. To be fair, like I don't think there's ever been a bad sounding F1 car. Like even the hybrid. That was strange. My controller just decided I'm not turning anymore. Like, even the hybrid V6s, like, they don't sound terrible. And then you had the Eagles. The Eagle team was like, we will gain position by attrition. Everyone else is rushing to develop their engines. We're just gonna, you know, implement them next year. We'll be all right. We'll be all good. Alright, we got a little bit more power. Don't mind if I do. Alright, let's see. What's next in store for us? Hopefully we can do a good, we had BRM's V60. Oh, nuts. Like, I know the engine itself, from a performance standpoint, wasn't good because it was literally so heavy and so large that especially once, like, the Aero Wars came out, it really, really didn't do well. But damn, was that a beautiful sounding engine. Like, yeah, that is a delicious. Or another V16 powered vehicle that sounds amazing. The Chisetta Marauder V16T. The 90s supercar that's very, very similar to the Diablo in terms of looks. Not the Diablo. I mean, kind of like the Diablo and a Countach had a 4-headlight baby. Was absolutely that thing. Well, not the best performing supercar around in terms of vehicle handling, just due to the sheer weight of that thing. It was a beautiful machine. Wood. Fear I'm getting left behind on any track that has corners, basically, is what you mean to say. But then Spa and Reams is just, you know, absolute powerhouse on the straights. I'm not that's pretty much the case with V16 engines. Look as well at the Auto Union Type C Streamliner, car designed to break speed records. Absolutely terrible handling. But my word, a car from the 30s being able to go over 200 miles an hour is genuinely terrifying. Because that was on the bias ply tires as well, at those speeds. Which means those tires generated some serious heat on a very narrow contact patch. Yeah. Yeah, rest in peace. So many men, so many people just giving their lives in the pursuit of speed and engineering during those days. On one hand, you can romanticize it a bit, you know, and you should definitely honor them, you know, for that. But on the other hand, you can definitely be thankful that it's much safer nowadays to innovate. Innovation doesn't come with nearly as much cost to human life. Okay, I need to brake just a little bit earlier. Still don't know what caused him to crash. Yeah, it could be any number of things. Aerodynamic instability, one of the tires going. Probably, what's likely is just one of the tires going. Punctures would have been a very, very easy potential cause. Because if you're going at those speeds and also one of your tires goes, you are a passenger at that point. You are gonna 100% be a passenger at those speeds with a tire failure. Damn, those two roofs ahead of us. Absolutely flying down this straight. Like, we're doing solid in the Mercedes. But damn, nowhere close to the roofs. People say they saw him counter steer for a wind gust and never happened. Ah. That could do it as well. Like, if you have, like, wind on a one straight, you're getting ready to, like, be prepared. Because those vehicles, didn't exactly have the best aerodynamics, especially with things like crosswinds. So you had to really, really be ready for that. But if you're ready for that and it's not there, all of a sudden, oh, you're turning right, and you gotta correct the car. That could lead into a fishtail or a death wobble. Yeah. That would do it. That would do it. Alright, final lap. Oh, listen to that 30 sounds. Come on, big push now, big push. There we go, much better through the S's. Alright, cut left. We want to do a little bit of a supercar curb hop here. Ooh. Nice. I gotta go to bed. It was... Alright, you have a great night, Jaden Morris. Hopefully you rest well. It was fun. Yeah, it was definitely fun. Thank you for the conversations and all that stuff. Definitely appreciate it. Okay, I could probably have lifted off a little bit later. This corner isn't nearly as tight as I normally think it is. Alright, big push down the back straight. Up to 130, 135. Alright, 140. Thereabouts, 140. Nice and easy, get it around the turn. Nice. Nice. Alright, this thing is absolutely beautiful when you finally get it upgraded. It's a little bit more maneuverable, a little bit better in the twisties. Oh, absolutely love that sound as well. Like that is a top tier engine sound. Just hearing the throaty rumble. Like, yes. I'm a little bit annoyed we can't hear as much of the supercharger. Like, you can a little bit, just a little bit, but not nearly as much. Damn. It's not quite as fast as the two roofs. We did beat Ronald Roof and a Skyline, a Nismo Skyline as well. But not quite fast enough for first place. Yeah, our ranking gets maintained, roughly on the same amount of points. We gotta really get some points with the next race though. Hopefully something good. Not the tuning car race. We haven't done a high-speed battle race yet. This will be interesting. We could do this one. Be a very good idea to level up the car. Especially because right now we don't have any of the RS races available to us. So this will at least allow us to level up the Mercedes. And we'll get to see what our next vehicle is. I think we've already gotten all the premium cars taken care of. So then the next vehicle would be a multi-purpose vehicle, or like an SUV or a van. Unless we've gotten all of those taken care of as well. No roofs, there's a chance. You say that NSX is also going to be very fast. We got more power than it, but it is very nimble in the corners. It's basically the stock car versus Indy car. Do we really only have 5 gears? Alright. That's fine. Not if it ends up like Lightning McQueen. Oh no. Ka-chow. Ka-choo. Ka-choo. Oh, come on. Nice and smooth. Boonk. Alright, a little bit of a tippy tap on the wall. A little bit of a tippy tap. Oh, we just see the NSX right in our rear view. He's getting the suck. He's getting the big suck. Alright, yeah, he's within suck range. Chick Hicks, the original Forza Horizon player. Yeah, just, if I can't beat him, I'll crash him. This thing is struggling in the corners. We pull away in the long straights. But dang, those collisions are gonna do us in. Oh, side by side. Okay, yeah, definitely need to slow down a lot more. Need to turn in a lot sooner as well. Alright, let's see if we can't get that police back. Come on. Got 3.5 laps to go. 1.5 seconds behind. We are in the suck. Because we actually managed to reach our top speed there. Oh, but the Merc is just understeering like a pig in the corners. Even on a track with 4 corners, the Merc manages to struggle. Bruh. Nah, I think that's it. We're out of the suck now. Four seconds behind. Damn. Alright, alright. Fair enough, fair enough. Okay, there we go. No more love taps at the wall. Let's keep this nice and clean. America! No! Dude absolutely got destroyed. I mean, he was going up against an RX-7, a four-wheel drive Eclipse. And what was the other car that was up against the Monica dude? What was the other one that ended up beating him? Dude literally came in last and was like, hey, can I still hit it though? I gotta respect the guy for trying though. But like, you're doing drag racing in a front wheel drive car against literally like a rear wheel drive Japanese supercar, a four wheel drive car on cocaine, and whatever heck the other guy was driving. Like, at best you can maybe hope for a third place. Like, if it was like on like an actual closed course, or like, you know, a circuit or a sprint race or whatever, yeah, you might have a chance. But like, you are literally drag racing against vehicles that have not only a better launch from the start, because rear wheel drive or four wheel drive, but also likely have a higher base power and higher modified power as well than your VTEC. Your VTEC Integra. Like, bruh. What was that fourth car in the original Fast and the Furious drag race? He wouldn't have lost if he was driving an Altima. Oh gosh. You have not had the true Baltimore experience until you've been passed on the shoulder. You've been passed by an Altima on the shoulder doing 90 with a temporary tire and an expired license plate. It's just the Baltimore experience. Baltimore's are the cocaine bears. Baltimore drivers are the cocaine, not Baltimore drivers. Baltimore drivers are the cocaine bears of the automotive kingdom. Like, yeah, they're probably gonna die in a few years, but for a very short amount of time, they are gonna be the apex predator, absolutely trashing everything. Not through speed, just by crashing into it and not dying. We're shrugging off the injuries. Honda Civic owners at 3 AM when? VTEC kicked in, bro! My car's got variable valve timing. That means it has the power of an F1 fighter. My car is like an F-15. 104 and out, look out below! Shooting down satellites just for show! Yes, the the F-15 literally shot down a satellite. Look it up. It is currently the only aircraft to officially shoot down another satellite. Check, looks like a white Civic. Oh, okay. So best case scenario. The guy in the Integra, the Monica guy, he finishes third. Like, bruh, you're up against an RX-7 and a four-wheel drive Supra. Not four-wheel drive Eclipse. Supra? Really, Isaac? You were really stupid today, I guess, Isaac. Yes. Four-wheel drive Eclipse. Like, buddy, you were biting off way more than you can chew, my dude. Like, I don't care how much knowledge you got or whatever. You're not gonna escape the yeah, basically the two-door Evo, because it also has the 4G 63 engine. Like, yeah. I miss the Eclipse. What happened? Like, the first two generations were great. The third generation was, not great. The 4th generation had some potential, but kind of was forgotten about. Because it didn't have the 4G63, even though that V6 in it was honestly pretty impressive and could accept some pretty solid mods on it. But because it didn't have 4-wheel drive or the 4G63, people forgot about the 4th gen. And now it's a crossover. Like, how the mighty have fallen. How the mighty have fallen. I will say though, I do like the look of the 3rd gen Eclipse. It's just, I do not like the performance numbers or the chassis of the 3rd gen, or like, you know, the suspension of the 3rd gen Eclipse. So it's one of those, it looks nice. Oh my gosh, is it a dog? It's kind of like, to a lesser extent, like the SS2 Celica. It looks great, but it's a bit rough around the edges. Granted, the SS2 at least has a lot better aftermarket support and can be still pretty sporty. Though good luck finding one in decent condition nowadays. An Evo would be free regardless if a Mitsubishi is blind. I mean, you say that, but even like the modern day Impreza doesn't really sell all that well. Unfortunately, enthusiasts like us are a dying breed. And the amount of R&D that would go into a fairly low profit margin car, like the, you know, like a new Evo, unfortunately just isn't on the table. Celtics won game 1? Alright. Interesting. So that means they do have a bit of an advantage. At least in terms of, like, you know, they have a little bit more leeway and everything. Now which one are you rooting for again, Mr. Midnight? Just out of curiosity. Or which one do you have picked to win because you want them to lose? I'm trying to remember which one that was. 70% of game 1 winners win. Damn. Okay, so they gotta be feeling really good about that. Want the Mavs to win? Oh, rip. Yeah, heads must multiply to bring the Evo back. Yeah, we need to follow that Shinzo Abe advice. Have kids. See you, space cowboy. I've death against other teams. Oh, okay. So it's basically just I slightly prefer this team over the other team. Okay. But like whoever wins, it's not as big of a deal. Ooh, up against a Supra. Is that a Supra? Yes, it is. Ah, right. Okay, so you don't like the fans, but the team itself is, yeah. Like, it's weird. I'm a Ferrari fan, but like, some Tifosi online are insufferable. It's the same thing. Like, I quite like Lewis Hamilton, but like, some Lewis Hamilton fans are, they be huffing that copium. They've been huffing that copium ever since the end of the 2021 season. Like, damn. And before my comments get filled with, he's actually an 8-time world champion. Like, okay. Sure. I mean, he won. He won a season last race, last lap, and he lost a season last race, last lap. It evens out. It is the law of equivalent exchange. Playing a game title called Little Kitty Big City today, and there's a super parked You get an achievement for dropping a bucket of paint on it. What's the achievement called? And also, I know exactly the super you're talking about because it's red in game. Because one of my friends has played it. And it was like, oh my gosh, yo, dude, what's this car? I'm like, oh, that's a Supra. And they're like, oh, cool. I can't believe they put like an actual like car in here instead of just like a fictional thing. Yep. It looks like a cute game as well. I gotta get my little sister like a Steam account so she can play, you know, she can play PC games and maybe stream. I know she's been asking me all kinds of technical questions about how to become a VTuber. So it'd be kind of cool to maybe get her into streaming and everything as well. Though her streams would be very, very different than mine. She does a lot more like arts and like more chill vibe games like your Stardew Valleys and your Animal Crossings and that type of stuff. That would honestly be pretty cool. I'd have to make sure I tune into her streams if she ever did set streaming. But she's been asking me all kinds of technical questions about like how V-Roid works and like how does like it track my face and everything, and how like I go about creating the model and all that stuff. So it's interesting. Yeah, it looks super cute as well. The kitty is absolutely adorable as well. Like, I absolutely loved watching one of my friends play Stray. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a cute little kitty. And now I get to watch another cute little kitty game. So, you know. Look, I love cats. Alright, I am very much a cat person. I love the cute little beans. I love the sounds they make and the little mischief they cause, and all the silliness. We love cats, yes. We love cats. We love every kind of cats. We just wanna hug all of them, but we can't hug every cat. Can't hug every cat. So anyway, I am a cat lover and I love to run. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about cats again. I really love cats. I'm thinking about cats again and again and again and again and again. I think about how many don't have a home and how I could have them. The purr sound is my favorite. Yes. It's great as well when like they're laying on you and they're purring, because then you like feel the purring as well, and you're like, oh, that's a kitty. That's a kitty. Like my cat, she absolutely loves to lay either on my back or my chest, depending on which side I'm sleeping on. And like I'll half wake up and I'll feel like the vibrating, hear the purring, like in my ear, like as she's like right by me. I'm like, oh, hi. And it helps me go back to sleep. She's absolutely adorable. I recently got a filing cabinet as well today, because I'm running out of space in one of my drawers for like a whole bunch of document stuff, you know, tax stuff, vehicle maintenance reports, you know, different things I've done to the house and everything, receipts, pay stubs, all that stuff. So I got a locking filing cabinet, and I saw the box, and I got knocked the box over, and right now I'm looking, and the cat is just vibing in the box for the filing cabinet. I'm like, oh, yep, that's hers now. She's gonna get angry at me if we go to throw that away. But we're gonna have to throw that away because it is a big box. But it is at least temporarily her box until next recycling day. But yeah, tomorrow it's gonna be a big day getting everything reorganized into the filing cabinets. I already have all the folders, some of them absolutely overfilling. And I got the larger folders that actually, like, you know, slot into the filing cabinets. So I'm gonna work on getting that all organized and separated and everything. It's gonna be a long day, a little bit tedious, but kind of a relaxing vibe day as well. Mitsubishi could develop an Evo in association with BMW. Interesting. Mitsubishi and BMW don't exactly have the best partnership right now. But I mean, Toyota and BMW managed to make something work, so it's possible. They really were determined to create something interesting and fun. They can make it happen. True, but Mitsubishi also, at least the automotive company, is like, right now, going through some hard times. Their partnership with Nissan really hurt them quite a bit. And it's I'm a bit worried for them. I'm not too sure they're gonna be doing too well in the near future. Like other Mitsubishi business ventures and everything doing quite well, but Mitsubishi Automotive is not. They're struggling quite a bit. They put a couch pillow inside my cardboard box a few days ago. My cat sleeps it all day now. Yes. You spend $60 on like a high-end, you know, plush cat bed for them. Nah. You get all the fancy cat toys and catnip and everything. Nah. Cardboard box? Yes, that is now a bed and a toy for them. Congratulations, you have made their day. It's like cat food as well. Like we get the high-end stuff, you know, the really fancy, you know, wet cat food that costs like $1.50 a can. You know, the fairly expensive. And our cat's like, like she'll pick at it, and then she's like, nah. But you give her like the super cheap dry food, like, and she's like, oh yeah, can't get enough of that. I'm literally gonna tear into the bag to try to get more of that. Like, what is wrong with you, you silly bean? What is wrong with you? That or she'll like attack and eat a spider. Like, okay. Like she won't just like paw at it, like she'll smack it and then literally like chomp on it. And she's like, yes, this is food now. Like, we feed you. We try to get you like the good stuff as well. And she's just like, nah. I swear, she's like a trailer park redneck kitty. Just I don't want any of that fancy stuff. Give me a box. Give me like the cheapest dry cat food possible. And give me some wild, you know, some live creatures to chase. That is the dream. Like, okay. Damn. What is with you? She's so strange. She's so strange. Or like groomers, like you know, you try to do like the fancy grooming stuff and everything with her. Nah, I don't like this. No. You wipe her down with a really warm, damp washcloth. When, you know, brush her with like the really old brush. And she's like, yeah, this is good. This is good. I like this. Like, what is with you, you crazy cat? My name likes the fancy dry food, the chicken flavor. And it can't be for the castrated cats. Wow. Damn. Extra picky. Oh no, okay, we got all the multi-purpose vehicles as well. So that means we get the specialty cars now. Ooh. We get the specialty cars. The Peugeot 406. The SL5, yes. 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 The Audi TT, yes. Camaro Z28, yes. And the 180 SX, ooh. Alright, so we got 5 options. We got 5 options. Let's get the random number generator back up. So we got 5 options. If it is 5, we are going with the 180 type X. If it's 1, the Peugeot 406. It is a 4. Oh, that means we get the Camaro. We get the Camaro. Yes. Yes. It's a shame it's not the SS with the hood. Excuse me. Now, I may not be the most knowledgeable person on cars, but I sure as hell know that this car came in more than just 2 color options. Really? You get black or you get red? I know there was more color options than that. Yes, the fish. Yes, the and I know it came in manual. I know it came in 6-shift too. Excuse me. What the hell, Enthusia? What is... okay. That's fine. That is fine. The grandpa's spec. Oh gosh, I want a vehicle with a clutch. Where's the beige interior? Nah, I want the black leather interior so I absolutely roast my rear every time I get in during the summer. We could do the Baja race. All right. Grandpa's going off-roading. Oh dang, this thing is like absolutely spinning the rears. Ooh. Alright, this is gonna be spicy. But it is still possible to win this because of the sheer amount of high-speed sections. So the Camaro could be a decent choice compared to the 4-wheel drive Land Cruiser? Yeah, Land Cruiser behind us. Oh my gosh, we're going like full opposite lock counter steer though. Through the corners. Big jump. Jump maybe. Oh, we're struggling. We are struggling. Don't underestimate Grandpa. He did all those moonshine deliveries. Yes. He's got a full bucket, full still of shine in the trunk. And he is ready to take it to some desert prince or something like that. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me one bit if in some of those Middle Eastern countries where alcohol is banned, there are like speakeasies or like, you know, like the equivalent. Like, it legitimately wouldn't surprise me that there is, you know, for lack of better words, like the Middle Eastern equivalent of moonshiners in some of those countries. And if someone ever like found out it was true and did like a documentary on that, I'd binge watch that. I would binge watch the hell out of that. What would be the equivalent? What would be the equivalent slang term for like moonshine if it was like made in like a desert country like that? Desert dry. I don't know. Ah, get a nice. Woo! Almost sucked up my water. Sure, there's a guy in a G-Wagon AMG full of alcohol doing deliveries. Based. Based. Don't let the man get you down, man. Oh, I have now been taken off the air in most of the Middle East. Oh well, I had a good run. Oh damn, we're up against the Mustang. 2 Mustangs, a Viper, and a Firebird. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother, do it for Dale. Praise Dale, brother. I'm like a NASCAR driver here. Try to make right turns as well. Ah, healthy amount of wheel spin. Although one of these vehicles is an imposter. Can you guess which one of these vehicles is the imposter and why? I want to know if you guys have been paying attention to me. One of these vehicles in this vehicle lineup in this race is an imposter. A little bit sus among us. And I want to know. I want to know what you guys' thoughts are on it. Which one it is. This being the American car race. One of these vehicles isn't fully American. It is the Thunderbird, but why? What makes the Thunderbird different than all of the other ones? Okay, that was a rough turn in. I need to really get the car a little more stable. Out of low speed corners, the rear end wants to absolutely So the partially, I'll give you partial credits. The Thunderbird, while being American designed by Ford, utilizes the Jaguar AJ8 engine, the same engine used on the XKR, just without the without the supercharger. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one. So it is an American car with a Jaguar engine. That is what makes it the imposter. All the other vehicles in this race are powered by engines that are at least developed by American manufacturers. Whether or not they're assembled in the States or not is but they were built by and for, you know, the American cars. The Thunderbird is powered by the AJ8 engine. So, you know, just a little fun fact. Also, if you're looking to buy, I don't know about you, but I'd rather have a Jaguar with an American V8. You know, I've seen someone do that. Someone's taken an old Jaguar XJ from the 70s. XJ? The four-door sedan from the 70s. And put a Chevy 350 in it. I've seen that. Yeah, the AJV was also used for the Land Rover. Yeah. Because it was back at the time when Ford, I think, had controlling stake in all of those companies. Land Rover, Jaguar, Aston Martin. Which is also why the Ford Stewart F1 team became the Jaguar F1 team as well. Because Jaguar was a more high-end brand. So Jaguar got more what's the word? Prestige and everything from competing in F1. Plus also with being a European brand as well. And they also, fun fact about Jaguar and F1, they managed to lose a diamond at Monaco because they had the bright idea as a marketing stunt to put a diamond on one of their cars. And it got lost in a crash. It was a huge diamond too. Hear me out, Jaguar XK with the Coyote engine. The inverse Thunderbird. Speaking of that generation of Thunderbird, buyer's guide, make sure to get the later versions of the Thunderbird, because those didn't have nearly as many timing chain problems, as well as those ones had variable valve timing, which resulted in even more power from those engines. So if you are getting a vehicle with an AJ engine, get the later model of the AJ8 engine, not the earlier model AJ8 engines. Just a little bit of a tip. Of course, most collectors do recognize that as well, and that's why the later model ones usually fetch a little bit higher price on the auction the auction, you know, the auction floor, because even the collectors are well aware of the problems with the earlier AJ8 engines. There we go, a little bit better run. Dang, okay, the Camaro's a little bit twitchy. So I think we want to increase the rear camber just a little bit. And maybe dial back the toe. Just a little bit, because otherwise we're going to be struggling on the corners. So let's go back into the garage, get a few things adjusted. Yeah, move you back a little bit. There we go. And a little bit further rearwards on the differential. A little bit more open on the differential. This should be good. Dragon Challenge. Rear-wheel drive limited race. XKRS or DB? Ooh, DB9. As much as I like both of them, the DB9. The DB9 just has a much more timeless design than the XKR. what made the Mustang the V10 engine, and made it feel like a dream come true. Yeah, but I mean, the Mustang's always kind of been synonymous with the V8s, though. Plus, also, like, nowadays, we have so much more powerful V8s. That'll do the job better than most V10s. So, I mean, not a whole, like, sure, you lost the sound of the V10s and everything, but, like, the added complexity, the cost of ownership, like, that's gotta be, you know, something to consider as well when making a Mustang with a V10. And previously, we talked about a Ford with a European engine. We have in front of us a European with a Ford engine, the Tommaso Pantera, with the 351 Ford V8 in it. Whoa! Okay. Camaro is just absolutely wanting to die on the twisty bits. So we may have to, due to the torque and everything, keep it in the lower RPMs. Coming out of the tight hairpins, keep it in second gear. That might be the better option. Camaro just does not feel great to drive right now. We'll have to wait and see how it feels once we upgrade it a little bit. It might feel a little bit more manageable. But it's like the rear end just wants to kick out. Also the fact that, like, this entire track can be taken in second gear. Just because of how tall second gear is. Is interesting, because you don't want to go into first gear, because first gear causes the rear end of the vehicle to absolutely step out when we're downshifting, under braking, at least on the heavy braking. But like, second gear literally goes basically from 40 to pretty much like 100 miles an hour. And we're just barely getting to third gear before we gotta drop down in a second for the turn. There we go. Use all the curbing. Yeah, this thing is a heavy beast. We're doing all right. This guy on YouTube showing me from time to time build. Ooh, 4-valve V10. Yes, that sounds absolutely beautiful. What is he planning on putting that in? What is he planning on? That is gonna be cool. I'm excited to see that. Alright, we got the T-Bird ahead of us. Are we really gonna be beaten by a Jaguar engine car? I don't think so. We are gaining on the T-Bird and the Cerbera. Cerbera can't make a move stick. That T-Bird is holding them off. And that is allowing us to gain on the two of them. Alright, there we go, 2.5 seconds again. Gain a little bit of time on the braking here. Camaro brakes are at least solid. Getting some good acceleration out of the corners. We do not want to go into first gear. First gear is where the rear end will absolutely step out with the bone crunching torque of the V8 motor and the Z28 Camaro. Alright, here's the tricky part. Ooh, okay, thank you for leaving a space. downside is, if he battles with us, that's gonna make it a really tricky task of catching the T-Bird. Alright, managing to hang it outside. Ooh. Keep it in second, keep it in second. First gear is where the rear end will step out. Alright, right behind the T-Bird now. Yeah, I see you. I see you. V8 versus V8, but one of these is a superior V8. That's the American one. Ooh, little bit of an off track. Come on. There we go. Send it. Park road on the apex. Diamond cut the corner. And then run wide on exit. There we go. There we go. Alright, one more lap. And some change. Can we hold on to first? I believe so, but it's gonna be a tricky ask. Ooh, a little bit wide on exit. Come on, alright, we're pulling a gap. T-Bird is still defending. It's a 2017 Lincoln Oh. Alright, alright. V10 Continental. That's gonna be real cool to see. I wanna see exactly. Like, I wanna hear that sound. It's probably gonna be a lower revving V10. Kind of more akin to like the Viper V10 maybe. But I mean, it is a double overhead cam V10, so it might be a bit of a higher revving machine. Either way though, that is gonna be, oh, that is gonna be so cool to see. Easy. Okay, a little bit wider. Nice. Not too bad. The Cerber managed to get past the T-Bird as well. The poor Pantera just does not do well on the twisty tracks. The Rolls Royce Ford never moves. Ah, it's a shame. The Lincoln Continental is a beautiful vehicle though, especially the older Continentals. Like, my gosh. I'm back. I just got a shot on the set of popping. Welcome back, Salad. Yeah, we're gonna be doing like 1 or 2 more races before ending the stream. Right now, we're in the Camaro now. Camaro Z28. And it's a tricky car. It's a very tail happy if you go down in the first gear because it's got that torque. So it really wants to be happy under braking. Ooh. Alright, up against the G35 sedan. Corvette, MR2, ooh, S2000, and the Nissan Z. Okay, so we got some tough competition here on these London streets. But I think we got this. I think we got this. Yeah. There we go, get that wheel spin on the starts. Yeah, they made the V10, but it was primarily for the, I think it was the E-Series van, I believe, was the main usage of the V10, which is an interesting choice. But yeah. Looking to the price of the GT trim and the price of the base. Damn, okay. That is expensive. 12,500 markers. to get all of the GT parts so you can't just find her on the map. So that's, you know, the splitter, the rear bump, the rear louvers, the paint, the carburetor. Dang, okay. Well, we got all the we managed to get all of the stuff you can find out on the map, all the GT trim stuff you can find out on the map. But we're gonna need to start saving up to get that. Just the paint itself was $12. Damn. Okay. That is a lot of money. That is a lot of money. We're making a van. What engine should we use? We should use the V10. So yeah, I can understand why you do the vandalism for Fletaria then. Cause 40% off is, you know, that's you're saving well over $4 with that, which is like a full 2 firewood jobs. Damn. That is some crazy expensive paint job. Like, I get why. Like, you're basically trying to make it, you know, like do like if you went to a paint shop and was like, all right, I got a Nova here. Can you give me like a Yenko replica paint job? That would cost quite a pretty penny as well. Of getting a Yenko paint job, but still, like, holy moly. That is crazy. Alright, come on, big push. There we go, nice and smooth through here. Hitting all of our apexes on this tight tentacle street circuit. Alright, it gets very narrow here. Down in the first gear. Turning just a little bit too early, but otherwise that's a decent way to do it. Want to get the rear to kind of step out just a little bit. And the worst part is, as well, is like with the paint, is if you damage a part on your car, which is very easy to do because the parts are like, may as well be made with paper mache, you need to get it repaired. But to repair it, like, when you do repair it, you get it in a different color. So then you gotta repaint the entire car again, which is absolutely ridiculous. Like, damn, okay. Wow. Ooh, okay. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Keep it easy. Keep it smooth. Yes. Down in a second. A little bit of lift off the oversteer. Kind of have that built into the suspension on this car. There we go. Alright, over the jump. Lift just before the jump. Hang on a sec, I will read that once we get onto the main straight. Got a fairly tricky corner here. Something I always found cool is the Christmas discount. 75%. Damn, downside is I'm always like super busy on Christmas because I'm with family and everything. But Fletaria has the Christmas spirit. Damn, can you imagine though, like, and instead of like, you know, being with family on Christmas, you're like, all right, I gotta play my summer car. Or poor Flatari as well. He's like, I'm not doing anything on Christmas. May as well make labor super cheap or something. Absolutely silly. Alright. Here we go. Alright, Chevrolet 1-2 right now. Camaro in first, Corvette in second. Keep it coming around the British circuit. Gotta be careful overheating our rears. We are absolutely pushing him to the limit in terms of grip. Alright, nice and easy. Back to the left. Alright, big air time. Lift just before the crest. Ooh, okay, a little spicy on turn in there. Alright, final couple of corners. Here we go, here we go. There's the finish line. Nice. That should be a decent level up as well. That allows us to get a little bit more performance for the Camaro. A little bit better grippy boys. Make it a little bit lighter. Don't need that much increase in power. But definitely want some better tires, 100%. Well, we get the increase in power. That's fine. How many cars do we have left? That is a good question. I actually don't know. Probably about 100. Let's check real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11. 11. 16. 22. 28. 34. 40. 46. 52. 53. 54. 55. 55. 56, 57, 58, 59. 60. 66. 72. 78. 79. 80. 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, because we still need the M1 Pro car. We have 87 cars left. Supposedly. Oh wait, no, because compact and medium sedan wagon. 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101. Shoot! 101, 102, 107, 107 cars, give or take. 107 cars. That is a lot. But considering the fact that this game is about 250. Considering this game has 250. We're most of the way through. Oh, it's a good feeling that my winner come out this year. Yeah, that'll be an interesting one. I wonder how well that'll go, because like with the winner, You have a lot more needs to meet as well. That one's gonna be real interesting, I think. I wonder how that'll work. And I wonder how if that'll allow us to continue the story from My Summer Car, or what little story there was. That'll be interesting. Or if we'll be an entirely different character entirely. I definitely hope for quite a few quality of life improvements. Like, I hope they don't just add features. Like, I hope there's some really good quality of life stuff, like, even if you pay for it in-game, like, being able to buy an owner's manual for your cars, you know, like, that would be nice. And, like, an easier way to diagnose the vehicle of, hey, this part is very obviously broken, or very obviously worn, but it looks the same brand new or at 20% health. Kind of, you know, makes it a little bit annoying. As well as a little bit of a physics improvement, please. Last scene is my vehicle slipping over because I looked at them funny. But yeah, that'd be nice. There we go. Keep the grip. Keep the twisties. I will say that I probably won't be playing my winter car immediately after My Summer Car if it does come out. But it is interesting. I do want to play more other indie and other racing games in my Monday slot once My Summer Car is done. Hapless Gun joined the live stream. We did a little Q&A. Inferno from that game is 90% done. Okay. Nice. His up in the game is good. He's hoping it's like I said, he's hoping it's more of an improvement and a lot of cute quality of life improvements compared to the original one. Because the original one was a great proof of concept, I think. But there is still so much jank. And so much, okay, what the hell do I do? Like, yes, Isaac doesn't know this, but someone who lived in this town for years would. So can I at least have, like, that character's knowledge? Like, super, yes. I intend to play the first one first. But yes, Super Wooden GP, Circuit Superstars, Art of Rally. Those games I fully intend to play sometime in the near future. And depending on how quickly we get through Need for Speed Underground Rivals, that may be the one of those may be the ones I alternate with My Summer Car. Oh, the power! We're at 150 in third gear. Yeah, this one definitely had the automatic transmission. Yeah, only 4-speed. My Summer Car. Yeah, it is a really cool idea. Like, I'm not knocking the game. Like, for a single person or a small group of people doing the effort and everything, like, they made a very solid sandbox game. But also, I definitely think, like, now that they have more experience under the belt and everything, I definitely want my winter car to have a lot more of those quality of life improvements, especially for things like, you know, that people have already modded into the original My Summer Car, like the backpack mod. Or, like, you know, taking a wrench to a bolt and the game telling you at the very least, hey, it's bigger than this, or it's smaller than this size, or it's way bigger, or it's way smaller. That way you're not just, like, guessing. uh, you know, having at least a general understanding of like the store hours and a rough idea of where things are, because your character has lived in that small town since he was born. He should know where stuff is, even if we do not. So being able for us to know, you know, where all that stuff is kind of key to immersing ourselves in the game and being, you know, role playing as that character. I think that would be a good thing to do. But I don't know, like I enjoy my Summer Car. It's also filled with a lot of jank. And I definitely think like the sequel needs to really improve upon like some of the issues it already has. I think some sort of GPS you could buy. Yes! That would be cool too. Being able to buy a GPS and having it act as like a mini map. I know it wouldn't fully go with like the time period with, you know, being set in the mid-90s in rural Finland. But like that would be a really cool one. Being able to do, you know, more jobs as well. Like more free roam jobs instead of ones where you need to be called in for, I think would be cool. Like being able to get your hunting license and purchase, you know, like a rifle, and then hunt moose and harvest the meat, and then sell, or like hunt moose and then sell like the moose to, you know, like a butcher or whatever. Same thing with like trapping fish. Instead of just, you know, giving it to your grandmom when she requests them, like being able to like trap fish and then sell them also to like the same butcher for like some money and everything. Like that would be, you know, give yourself a little bit more flexibility on how you make money and everything like that, and how you go about your time. That way also, yeah. Mechanic job, the car goes out more broken than when it come in. Yeah, like a tow truck. You know, you take a job for Flattari. Hey, someone called, the car is broken down here. I need you to, you know, take this tow truck and tow the vehicle back to the shop. I'll pay you. Like, that would be cool. That would be awesome. Or like, I'll give you a discount if you do this because I'm already working on another customer's car. You know? That would be awesome. Yeah, incorporate the moose hunting mod. That would be really nice. That would be really nice. Alright, we got time for one more race. One more race. One more race. Like, there is a decent amount. Like, even if they kept the map the same and just made it like wintertime, like there was a lot more that you can really do with that. You know, you could work for a TMO as well. Hey, I need this delivered to so and so. I'll do like in addition to the flyer delivery job, have someone call in like an order, maybe even not TMO, but like a different store. Someone called in an order, like let's say like a booze store or whatever. You deliver the booze to them. But no in-game is penalty for shooting a human with tower really big. Yeah, that would be like 10 days prison in-game. You know, like a super long, like basically make it double like a vehicular manslaughter charge. Because you're actively like, you know, attacking them. Like that could be, yeah. And obviously, like, you can get fined if you're caught, like, hunting without a license or whatever. So you have to, like, you know, actually go and get your license and everything. Like, that could be cool. 10 days to get rid of some bad drivers in my summer car be worth it. Oh, no, it ain't. Trust me, because you serve out the jail time in real time in game. And it is so dry. 5 days feels like 5 years, man. Five days feels like 5 years. It ain't worth it. You don't want to do it. There we go. Imagine the weekends in my summer car with no jobs. Yeah, exactly. Like, you're basically just kind of sitting on your hands. It ain't worth it. There's a reason in my playthrough I skipped the jail time. Because there was no way I could make that entertaining. It would literally be just a sit and wait stream. But yeah, like, more job variety would be cool. Maybe they could do more with the drag strip where like for some other, like, you know, punk street racers and everything, you could, you know, wager pink slips with them, or even like wager money on like the drag races. Can you still use the My Summer Car editor to reduce your... Yes, you can. You can do any value in My Summer Car that My Summer Car tracks. You can change with the My Summer Car editor. You want to teleport an object to you? Yes. You want to make it kill you, like, super sweet? Yes. You want to give yourself infinite amounts of sugar and yeast? Yes. You want TMO to restock? Yes. You want the game to think you've made no money, so your fines are super cheap? Yes. That being said, I basically only use My Summer Car editor for diagnostics on the Satsuma, because literally a piston that's brand new and a piston that's at 20% look exactly the same, and that shouldn't be the case. So I was trying to figure out what exactly is wrong with the car. And honestly, at that point, yeah, most things were at like 30 or 40%. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just buy a whole bunch, all the new stuff. Like the starter was at 22%. Piston 3 was at like 10%. You know, the head gas goes at 40%. Like at that point, I'm just gonna replace, you know, everything. Yeah, like, it'd be one thing if there was a way to check them, or like actually diagnose, like give us a compression tester, so we can at least then see like, oh, this piston's bad, or oh, this piston's bad, or what have you. But no, like, there was literally no way to see. Like, I think the only few things that show damage is like the head gasket is like one of the few, and then obviously your tires, if they go flat, they look flat. But most of the other things do not show wear and tear, which is annoying. And with the tires, you can just use the ruler. To measure them and get a percentage there. I guess you can figure out the alternator percentage by having the voltmeter and seeing if that's, the battery slowly losing charge and everything as you're going through, as you're driving and all that. That'll give you a hint as to like maybe there's something wrong with the alternator. But even still, like at least allow us to buy diagnostics tools. We can buy spanners from the magazine, which are just wrenches but a little bit faster. But like, you can't let us buy a compression tester. You can't let us, buy a valve lash gauge for figuring out, do we need more or less valve lash on this valve for tightening or loosening it. Nope. We can't buy an owner's manual for like, wiring diagram and all that stuff. Nope. Nope. Or even tips on how to adjust stuff. Nope. Good luck, buddy. Like, don't get me wrong, I am fairly mechanically inclined, but even still, like, I use the manuals because I like to know what the people at the factory intended, so that way I can, get the adjustments right on the cars I work on. Like, it's a little bit silly, but oh well. Like that is the kind of stuff I would love to see in like my winter car. That would legit be good stuff. Like, sure, having more or different cars is nice. Sure, having a different map is nice and everything like that. But quality of life definitely is the first thing that should be. Imagine if he adds torque variator parts with no nope. If he does that, I will use the save editor to fix the torque value, because how are you supposed to know? How like you can figure out some stuff based on sound. Like if you hear the clicking and everything, okay, you can begin adjusting, the valves until there's no clicking and everything. You have the air-fuel ratio for the carburetor. The timing is pretty easy. You want to make sure, the 2 points are poking each other and everything. Like, you'll hear the belt squeal if the alternator is the belt is too tight or too loose. Well, if it's too tight, it'll snap. If it's too loose, it'll squeal. And then your car will sputter and misfire if your ignition is off. Your distributor is misaligned. So like, it's but like, how do you guess torque specs? Short of looking up an actual Datsun 100 manual and looking up those torque specs, you wouldn't know. Anyway, I want to stop ranting because it is midnight and I need to get up early in the morning to get my scans to see if I am no longer radioactive. So that is going to be fun. So anyway, I'm going to be ending this stream now. Thank you all so much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the stream, please leave a like, subscribe. Let me know what we're going in the comments down below. If you didn't like the stream, please let me know what I'm poorly so I can fix that in the future. With that being said, I'm Isaac Umbras, and wherever you're in the world, whatever time that is for you, may it be a great time. And I'll see you all in the next stream. Bye bye!